And I do think that on 7th December, Ghanaians are going to vote for change. They're going to vote for change for several reasons. The first being that we need to send a signal both to the country and to the international community that we are not satisfied and happy with what is going on in Ghana. A vote for NPP again will be a vote for a third term for Nana Akufo-Addo. And it will send a signal to the rest of the world that we are happy, we are satisfied with what has gone on over the last 8 years. I've met several investors, and all of them are saying they are waiting to see the results of the election before they come and invest their money here in Ghana. And so we should not make a mistake with this particular election. It is an election like no other. The stakes are the highest. It will determine the future of our country. The second is we need to hold this government accountable for the hardship, the crisis that they've subjected Ghana to, for the state capture that they have implemented in Ghana over the last 8 years. Buying every state property, buying all the government lands, amassing wealth to themselves. Recently there was an issue about a document called AGYEKUM. They said it's fabricated. But even if it's fabricated, the implementation is not fabricated. Because everything that is written in that document has been implemented. So if really somebody sat and fabricated that document, then the person can really read the minds of people. Because how they could have written that document and read the minds of Nana Akufo-Addo and his family, that this is what they were going to do, that person is a proper creative writer. Because everything in that document has been implemented. And so the implementation cannot be fabricated. So they must be held accountable. And that is why Nana Addo says he will not hand over to John Dramani Mahama. Because he knows that when I come, I'll hold he and his family and his government accountable for what they have done. And so they want their vice president to take over from them so that he can come and cover their backs. It is not going to happen. NDC is going to win the election, and those who have made the people of Ghana suffer by misappropriating the wealth of the people, by abusing their office, will be held accountable for what they have done. On 7th December, we have the opportunity to go and vote in both the presidential and parliamentary elections. That is the beauty of democracy. It gives us every
yes, development is our goal. Even in school, a barriers would say, or better no akonenim, or better no akonenim. And then you see cause about our troubles in the provisions, northern back or secondary school. Yes, and yet the mention of the Banoko school. Yes, the community school near Zerba. And Zama or Kofufa, one cross schools in Uncle Shay. The schools are Kasana Bobos in Wagana Hano. And Zamana what them community school, it be pony war. O Sunday young Kade. Sabio Mamia now preparing you been to also man go school. One on 2 months for go school, Cassana Cakrabanoso, as the papa womb teachers are papa womb. Into also although could be a county fear 1 to the then this one catches Sumunima. The maintenance community schools. No, I had the damn free searchers and Benes by then. A would birth rate or a very high. And I'm a farmer no dorsum. And the school say, but to my boy, my could do baby, or this become home. What so is the case in room? In room, no, in far. Nim pants so far. Oh, yeah, horrible checkers say. Oh, yeah, horrible checkers say. The mention of Jamaway Jaguano. The men zamana waji jana yenyim do oboboa eman oboboa emba oboboa nyempa na wo mbanam ne yeba na oye nyame ne pie eya nyimde he ne economy wa atetew eya nyimde ye nyiska ye zeka opo ye ntumi ntua ne ye jeze nyame ba manansa do ye jeze na nzama be ye na kakra ye tumi ya ye nzama na ye jije gu ho na ncho desi sei ye ko ye nyim ya mana ye ko ye nyim kura na ye ba ye nchirimpe ne du o de ye je damazan ma he ya boto na o de ye na papa ma nchirimma nya dama de ntine ye wo ha nti ye wajuma o de ye bebe ye nti ye basra hon ye hia won vote ye nyim awu nyim de aboto mi baby awu ka deda masu mim de enyi baby oda nti ye da hon aso de min na ye schools no o de ye so do ye si ibi wo ho anche ye wie school bi anyi ho na wonsi a amena meeting wo ministry yankwa amaka de nzema bi wo chacho amanta asempe de mezema nyu okohwe ye kohwe ibi ye oriye wewie na nanse ya ye chima kakra ko bebi a efi ikro na po na wa bonkrofo pay de won kohwe school na no munzama wewie a o ya reho dentra densi na odo bandam na sesi o se yakoba ka obio na yesi eze chase bio na o che da ma ye pede ye nyima na o de ye nyim enti ye to yamba na na ya hwe ni ye na ya hwe bebi ya to aba na akọ ya hwe bebi sika ne emfe ngu ho na ye boto aba na ya ba cheche baby oh no MP aka ho asam dolls waachire he nyina bribi wo me fadam kwano do na obabo hen bedase enti no dam America no o mani bia ne da cha onye moframan ye moframan na nda wo gu ho awonye adwumanyi wa aka galamse ho asam enye na galamse orba Ghana ha enyanda no bagana wayenda na sise na yesu sai wayenda na sise wachichi mwafra mozu kogum wayenda na oba nadam yes ya ba so no na opedo ya o da chiran ejuma bia wosua ana wonsua ne nyina no school wo ho ya baba ya ba chiro na dama nka no na wayenda nsun sai no wayenda mara o sanda sa eyena nsun sai a ehe nyina obia babre da mebra no nche ho hia da ye bafa ya za ato ye ho do nti ye besre bibia anya botar ye bosua ye be niye no bia ma metete o ehu na nyina ne kasa wa abaso oka ejuma abani webogun ejuma no ife bi mbaka kro so bogun atete nkoten inti na hianse yakade yaka 24-hour economy na oya asama ohia hian osa na azekro ohia hian kese onye yamba na wonye ndwumanye na yebeye ndan awa enyisika awa wokaw intumuntua awa wosidi na sesi awa atu chain inti bayedan ebeka do mama moto ina anyini yinum na waye nti no odo ofa ho odo efa ho adwen odo ihumanzama rokokọ na edanda no de mense ne yesi yeresisem no na ahia ne ba adwuma ya ba abane ma ye be ye adwuma yes development is our goal ochradan ye ba hwa mema na etumpum ibenye school eba rusuazu oduase obena no akonanyim and then you see cause about our troubles in the provisions, not in the back of secondary school. Yes, and yet the mention on there, but no school. Yes, the community school, yes, Reba. And Zama or Crawford for our own cross schools in on crochet. And Chobo, the schools are Cassina, Yabos in Wagana Hano. And Zama no what them community school, it be point you walk. O Sunday young Kade, Sabi, my man, or Penny been to also Manco school. On to move on school, Cassina. So as the papa will teach us into kobi ka oni fie wontum nti aba no ayedan no so onka che sum no ma
Nia ebeboa emma if you say emma ene ye enwuma keten
Welcome back. This is the newspaper review segment of the show. Many thanks to Ohima for bringing us that interview with the AGYEKUM West Wuogon Health Directorate. We have tabled a number of topics for this morning's conversation. As usual, I'm going to urge you to be a part of the conversation. Let me know what your thoughts are on the topics that we are discussing for the morning. Nigeria's independence anniversary marked by protests. This is going to be our first story, African story. Also, Jane Mensah Rabish's audit call says it is premature and unnecessary. And finally, organized labor to strike on October 10 over Galamsey ban ultimatum. These are the topics that we are discussing for the morning. I've been joined by my guest here already. We have Dr. Ramsey Inusa, who is a medical doctor by profession, also a staunch member of the Movement for Change. Doc, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
I hope you're fine.
I'm good. How do you do?
How do you do? How do you do? Right. Saka.
Yeah, bless.
I trust you're fine.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Doing great. How is the campaign of the MPP going?
Oh,
so
yeah,
far?
I think that as all of us know, the MPP campaign is doing great. Everywhere that we go, everywhere Baumia, everywhere Napo touches is gold. And I think that people underestimated the fact that when we said that we are breaking the age, they thought we were just joking. I mean, the signs are just palpable on the wall, and it will take somebody with an obtuse mind to disagree with me. I mean, it's so clear, and the enthusiasm. And hitherto, where we couldn't have gone and be comfortable, these days we'll go there and be highly comfortable of getting the vote, even in the voter region. You know, the last time around, people used Galamsey propaganda and made us to lose certain seats. Now the people know that it is rather the MPP that have them at heart, right. And therefore they are going to vote for us.
Right, thank you very much.
So good morning to Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia, right. Good morning to my good brother Napo, and the rest of the team, including Anthony Cabo and co.
Right. I'm expecting Dr. Michael Niyaboyanan of the National Democratic Congress to be joining us soon, but we are starting the conversation. We are beginning with our first story, which is always an African story. Yesterday marked the Independence Day celebration of Africa's most populous country, Nigeria, that is. And, well, the people of Nigeria found it a resplendent opportunity to protest, to air their grievances over the dire economic issues that the country is facing. Today's page 5 of the Daily Graphic newspaper has captured it, but before I even start the story, I want to hear from you. I know we have scores of viewers across the continent. Let me know where you are watching us from across the country, wherever you are watching us from. Tell me where you are watching us from, whether it is Yizesi or in Chiana Paga or Yagaba Kabore, whether it's in Timpila, Langbinsi, or Wundoa, or Yasokore, Mampong, Anomabo, Briwa, Jokwa, Salt Pond, wherever you're watching us from this morning, let me know. Send in your messages. We are live on Facebook too, by the way, so you can share your thoughts with me on our Facebook. Also on YouTube, we are there. Make sure you connect with us. The number to text 055-9919-802, 055-9919-802. That's the number to send in your messages, your WhatsApp as well. Send the messages. I'll read them in the course of the show. Right. So Nigerians yesterday staged protests against economic hardship as the West African nation marked its 64th independence anniversary, with its president calling for patience, police fired tear gas to disperse some of the protesters, resulting in clashes. Dozens of people in a few states waved placards and the green and white national flag, demanding better opportunities and jobs for young people in a country that has some of the world's highest poverty and hunger levels, despite being a top oil producer on the continent. I do not understand why people will be protesting. The protest is peaceful. There's no damage to property. Then you decide to fire tear gas to disperse them. Why? I cannot for the life of me understand that. It was the second protest in 2 months in Africa's most populous country amid worsening hardship caused by government reforms introduced to save money and show up dwindling foreign investments. During the last protest in August, at least 20 protesters were shot dead and hundreds of others were arrested. The government has defended the reforms, even though they have helped push the inflation rate to a 28-year high and the local naira currency to record lows against the dollar. In the capital city of Abuja, where government officials and the military attended an independence anniversary parade, some protesters in another part of the city were dispersed with tear gas. There was a heavy security presence along major roads in other cities, including in the economic hub of Lagos, where some protesters were killed during demonstrations against police brutality in 2020. I think that I remember was the End SARS protests. But I mean, the prevailing issues in Nigeria are very worrying, and like earlier stated, I don't understand why people would protest and then it has to result in loss of lives, especially when they have not done anything that, in quote, should be inimical to, even if you think that whatever they are doing is inimical to the peace of other people in the country, I don't think that it should result in shooting live bullets and then killing people. But it appears that the Nigerian police have a penchant for being extremely high-handed. And I don't know, maybe these are orders that come from above, but it's a disturbing issue. But 64 years of Nigeria, we all have been expecting so much, or we all expected so much, but Nigeria has been a far cry from what it's supposed to be, from the giant of Africa that it is supposed to be. Dr. Ramsey.
Bless. Good morning to you. And good morning to the good people of Ghana. And let me take this opportunity to wish our brothers and sisters in Nigeria a belated Independence Day. And of course, the battle for who has the best jollof will still go on. And we know that our jollof will always prevail. When we put a Ghanaian jollof and a Nigerian jollof, ours will always prevail. Bless, I've always said this, I mean, since my days in school, university, that the day Nigeria gets it right will be the day Africa will get it right. Nigeria is home to over 250 ethnic groups, right? Mm-hmm. And so they are, I would say, the embodiment of what unity should be like when it comes to ethnicity, the amalgamation of ethnic groups in Africa, because they have one of the largest. It's home to the largest economy in Africa with diverse natural resources, and they've produced one of the best talents in terms of music in today's new musical genre, Afrobeats. And we've seen the likes of Davido, Bernabo and Co., who have mounted the global stage to sell Africa and Nigeria. So Nigeria is definitely a country that we really respect, being one of the, I would say, countries that has a lot of potential, but due to its corrupt leaders, right, as stipulated in the book of Chinua Achebe, The Troubles with Nigeria, he stated a lot of issues that have plagued the Nigerian society that today Nigeria is not realizing her potential as an African giant. Today, as it stands now, over 10 million of Nigerians live below the poverty belt, right? Unemployment is so high in the country that today, youthful people who are yearning for an economic situation that would guarantee their prosperous, I would say, dream to be able to fulfill their desires after they graduate from schools and all that is not being met. And for the police, the Nigerian police, to replicate what they did some years ago with the NSAS protests, I think it's so disheartening, and it is cataclysmic to the tenets of democracy as we all promote as African countries. Tinubu promised to ensure that there will be some form of stability, economic stability, but he has conducted himself in a manner in which I think that has angered the youth, especially with the removal of fuel subsidy. And you know that fuel is an inelastic demanded commodity. And so no matter the price of fuel, there will still be demand. And anytime you touch fuel or the prices of fuel go high, it has a rippling effect on the cost of food. And that is why inflation in Nigeria is equally as high as that of Ghana. So the people of Nigeria have, I would say, a nexus with some of the troubles that we face in Ghana. There's a lot of mismanagement of their public finances, corruption. The political elites do not care about the people. There is tribalism in Nigeria today that is suppressing their ability and the beauty of their diversity as a nation that prides itself with a lot of, I would say, historic events, right? If you look at the Oyo Empire, apart from the Nubians and then the Egyptians, they also built pyramids in Nigeria under the Oyo Empire. The Benin Empire was one of the empires that first used brass, right, to create sculptures that the British looted and they've placed in their museums across London, and then even some European countries have also looted these artifacts. So Nigeria is a country that I with all honesty admire a lot, I respect, and they ought to be given the best form of leadership that they deserve. I have said that, I mean, if you look at the past 32 years of that of Nigeria and you compare it to Ghana, we're caught up with the same situation, that Nigeria has been deficient of those patriotic leaders. The days of Nnamdi Azikiwe are quite different from what is happening now. So my prayer is that Nigeria will get its goods together, and then the government and the police would adhere to the tenets of democracy and allow people to show dissent and their sentiments to the current economic hardship that they face. Of course, they have a youthful population, and if you do not provide an economic situation that would yield the benefits, right, and use the talents, the youthful talents that you have in your country, then of course you have continuous protests on the streets because the youth are tired, and that is why today part of the population of immigrants crossing the seas, the Mediterranean Sea to Europe and all that, are mostly dominated by Nigerians. right? And even talk about the issue with the insurgency groups that have formed around the northern regions of Nigeria, Boko Haram, and then what do you call it, Al-Qaeda affiliates. So they have issues, and bless. I think that the government have to rise up to the occasion, meet the needs of the people, and ensure that they uphold to the tenets of democracy, so that at the end of the day, the youthful people in Nigeria will feel proud to belong to such a country called Nigeria that has been blessed with a lot of natural resources and endowment.
Saka, yeah, thank you very much, Les. Good morning to my brother Doc and all listeners of Pan Africa TV. Yeah, I think that we have always talked about Nigeria and the fact that they have been sleeping for a very long time. You know, I know that when it comes to population, they are the most populous nation in Africa. But I think Ghana beat them to a lot of things. Beat them to independence, football, you know, and so on and so forth. Even you see, even music. Now they have overtaken us. Music.
So music, the gap is huge. And
Yeah,
movies.
yeah, but we used to be ahead of
Yeah,
them.
we used to be ahead of them in terms of
Now
music.
movie, everything, with the exception of the jollof you talk about.
No,
and
but
then,
music, Fela took inspiration from Ghana.
yeah, of course. I mean, I'm actually they cool when they introduced
Yeah,
high
that
life
kind
and,
of,
you know,
yeah, that's true.
you know, I mean, but now they are getting it right in some aspect of
That's true.
of the economy.
Yeah.
And I think that if they can replicate the Nollywood style in their governance, replicate some of the success stories in their governance, I think that the sky will be their limit. And I just hope, because if Nigeria gets it right, we will also get it, because our relationship is interwoven. And there are so many Ghanaians in Nigeria, so many Nigerians in Ghana. So we are like brothers, even though we don't even share border. You know, and among the West African nations, they are more closer to us. The fact that we are both, you know, Anglophones, we were colonized by the same, you know, colonial masters. Even some in during the colonial times. I mean, we were University of Ibadan and all this. And, I mean, we're part and parcel of even Ghana educational system. You know, so I think that whatever the problem of the protesters were, one cannot say it was not genuine. But you see, you don't choose such a day, such an important occasion to do that protest. I know maybe it is for the protest to get the needed publicity, but I mean, no nation can get it completely, you know, correct. Even the United States of America, we've seen. I mean, if you look, even listen to the debate, it's as if the United States of America is a failed nation. If you listen to Donald Trump, what he talk about the United States and where he want the United States to go, you would think that the United States is now, you know, coming up. So no nation is you know, a finished article. Everybody is still growing and all that. I can understand the pace of growth of the Nigerian economy. It's very slow, and like I said, they've been sleeping for a very long time, and it is about time they wake up from their slumber. But like I said, I mean, democracy is very important. If you want to grow, you first of all must have tranquility within your nation. You have to prevent internecine wars. You know, in 1967, we all saw what happened. I mean, in Nigeria's civil war, and yeah, the Biafra war, where a lot of damage was done to the economy and all that. We saw how they've struggled to have leadership until 1989, when they decided to usher in the current republic. You know, so you could see that Nigeria is a very complex society of different backgrounds, different religious and cultural backgrounds, as well as tribal. And therefore, the complexity of the Nigerian state demand pluralism, where every ethnic, every religious group, their needs need to be given or recognized and all that. And that is a very difficult thing to do. And especially where almost on equal basis, the religious groups almost get into an equal basis and all that. And therefore, sometimes you don't blame them. But what you need is a leader within them who have the nations at heart, like the leaders of old, who want to do everything to ensure that they get to the destination. But as I say, I mean, I look at Nigerian political parties, it looks like there is no ideology. Nigeria, unlike Ghana, even Ghana, we all know is better in terms of ideological underpinning. When you go to Nigeria, it has nothing to do with ideology. In Ghana, we know, I mean, the two major political parties, MPP and NDC, we are capitalists. The NDC says they are socialists. You get it. If you go to Nigeria, it's about who endorses which political party. So you see an individual moving from here to here, moving from here to here, and therefore makes the whole thing look somewhat convoluted. You don't even know what they are doing. That is the beginning. So if you are in a democratic state and you don't even know what ideology you espouse, it's the beginning of failure. So it means that you just do anything, any and everything that comes to your mind. You do what we call, I mean, try and error things. You don't, there's no direction. That's exactly what is happening in Nigeria. But the fact of the matter we should not lose sight of is that at this time, at this propitious time of Nigeria history, and especially the protests, I am thinking that that's not the best time to do such a protest. Apart from even the day is on the 1st of October, which is the Independent Day, I think that the protest should have taken into consideration the fact that this is every country is going through global crisis. And therefore, what is happening in Nigeria today is not an isolated case. It's happening in Ghana, it's happening in the US, it's happening in the UK, almost everywhere. There's a global crisis due mainly to the devastating effect of the COVID-19. We have not recovered from that devastation. If you go to UK, I've been hearing people say that, oh yeah, you still have COVID levy in your tax, handles and all those things. If you go to UK, they have COVID levy. They call it National Health Insurance Levy. They put it in there to ensure that they claw back some of the investment they do in the COVID. If you go to Canada, they also have. I mean, there are so many other countries up to now they have not removed it. So there's a problem with us. The IMF have come to tell us that almost the whole world are knocking on their doors for support. So Nigeria cannot be different. Nigeria cannot be different. So what they should do now is to, have a reflection, a sober reflection, and then think through some of the problems that they are facing, like internal rife, the Boko Haram and its intended problems that come with it, and so on and so forth. I think that if they get these fundamental things right, all other things will be added to it. Especially, Nigeria needs a goodwill they need to rebrand. You know, they need to rebrand so that when you hear of a Nigerian, what comes to your mind will be positive rather than the negativity that comes with it. And I think that a lot of people, a lot of them, a vast majority of Nigerian people are good people. But a few, bad nuts continue to damage that brand. So it's about, sometimes you cannot blame them, because if you have a population of that magnitude, definitely there will be pariah. There will be one or two people who mar the whole thing. And for me, the protests, the fact that the protests also became violent, it can be because the police said that they were working on intelligence. That shows that some people wanted to loot the market and loot shops and all that. So they took a decision, to ensure that they prevent that. And once you do that, and within a milli, when people are gathered and all those things, there's bound to be chaos and those things. So for me, I think that Nigeria is not a failed state. It's just that the experiment that they are going through has taken an interminable number of years to achieve their objective. The various ethnic groups. There has been call for secessions here and there. The Yorubas, the Igbos, the Fulanis, but I think that they are a classic example of how to govern a nation, where bigger ethnic groups can coexist, and everybody as a stakeholder can have a stake and enjoy part. Because Nigeria can be divided into like 6 or 7 nations.
10.
You can look at the size of Ghana and that of Nigeria.
That of Togo.
So Nigeria is an example, because if we are today yearning for a unity of Africa, and you have a unity of people with that diverse interests that form a country. If they begin to divide that nation today, it will lose its essence, and it will no longer be the Nigeria. It will no longer be the most populous nation in Africa. It will be something else, and who knows? It might even be worse. Look at Sudan. We thought Sudan after the division, after dividing Sudan into Sudan and South Sudan, it will be accompanied by relative, a peace. But it did not happen. Peace is still, an illusion. And I think that whatever that you find yourself, whatever situation you find yourself, and especially Nigeria is a blessed nation. They have everything. They have almost everything, including gold, cocoa, bauxite, everything. And therefore should leverage on that and become one of the prosperous nations on earth.
Right. Thank you very much. Dear Bless, never forget Burna Boy's advice that people should only copy the entertainment lifestyle of Nigeria and nothing else. Imagine how they've sabotaged Dangote refinery. He knows his country well. This one came from Eben. Eben watches the show from Prestia. Musa Batwa says the behavior of some participants at the recent IPAC meeting were nauseating. It's clear that some have been hoodwinked to attack the presentation of the NDC, especially the CPP and the LGP representatives. While the AC acknowledged irregularities in 3 out of 5 sections and claimed they were resolved, the NDC still maintains that till the forensic audit is done, we cannot trust the robustness of the EC's IT system, since anonymous persons can enter into the system. Forensic audit is non-negotiable. Greetings to Julius Debra. Okay, thank you, Musa, for your message. All the messages I'm receiving are in relation to the next topic for discussion, the Electoral Commission, IPAC yesterday, Inter-Party Advisory Committee, and the issues that arose from it, and the very fact that just like that message says, there are some parties who are against the NDC's call for a forensic audit. But Saka, let me start with you. What is your takeaway from yesterday's IPAC?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think that it's good that the IPAC meeting was shown. I mean, people saw what happened. It's also good that the NDC was listened to. It's not as if they are making, they are complaining and people are just, not listening to them. The Electoral Commission listened to them and all that. But to be honest with you, the NDC did not present cogent a case for forensic auditing of the electoral list. First of all, I mean, after the exhibition, the NDC met with the Electoral Commission, or during the exhibition, and then presented certain grievances. Within that same period, the Electoral Commission came out to tell you that, oh, your concerns have been looked into and have been addressed. I mean, in the CI 126, that's CI 91, as amended, 126, it is clear that after the exhibition, the final register will be generated and then given to the various political parties. So any political party that is not mischievous would have waited. Okay, if you say so, let's wait and see. But please ensure that we get it in time, so that if what you are saying is happen not to be true, then we can have opportunity to redress it. That's what a responsible political party should be doing. And we know, I mean, in NPP, everybody knows. I mean, if you look at the electoral register, if you look at even the Ghana Electoral Commission, and in our democracy, there's no political party that have ensured that we have a robust system. The integrity of the election is high than the MPP. We have always, even some of the, some of the changes that we've seen in the electoral rule is as a result of the MPP. A lot of them. I don't know which one was proposed by the NDC. Everything about ensuring the integrity of the elections is always proposed by the NDC, MPP. Either we are in opposition or we are in government. Even the biometric itself was proposed by MPP. Therefore, if anybody, any group of person found out that, okay, there's a problem with the register, the last person that would disagree with that person will be the MPP, especially if that person is saying it in good faith. But we found out that all the things that the NDC was saying was completely out of place. They either did not choose the right language, the right time, or they were completely or outright mischief. Because why would anybody go on demonstration, and especially nationwide, talking about things, and especially when there are precedents? Look, there have been precedents. In 2015, MPP said that the electoral list was having problem, and that people registered. That the people registered using NHIS, which is not a proof of Ghana citizenship. We took the matter to court through Abu Ramadan and Co. The court ruled. Also, we came out to say there were people who were both in Ghana and Togo and other places whose name were found in the Ghanaian register, the Ghanaian voter register, and therefore should be expunged. The Electoral Commission then constituted a committee to listen to the MPP grievances. And at the end of the day, they said that we should bring the official register of the Togolese, which when we went, the Togolese refused to give it to us. And therefore, the matter died there. They said that we could not substantiate our allegations, and therefore it dies there and all that. But the MPP, first of all, before we even decided that let's embark on whatever give a protest, we had already presented every grievance to the Electoral Commission. And that's how a responsible political party does. The NDC has that proclivity of shouting from the rooftop, blue medal, when there is nothing like that. Look, nobody will cheat the NDC. John Mahama said it in 2015 when, through Let My Vote Count, we were demanding for a new register. He said that we should leave the Electoral Commission in peace because the Electoral Commission cannot cheat for anybody. The Electoral Commission has inbuilt mechanisms to ensure free and fair elections. Today, what has changed? They have told their political communicators to go out there and take the Electoral Commission to the cleaners through the former chairman. So invariably, I mean, any opportunity they get, they try to lower the integrity of the Electoral Commission in the eyes of, good-thinking Ghanaians, and to create the impression that the forthcoming election is being procured, to be handed over to the MPP by the Electoral Commission. And yesterday, like I said, yesterday I was on a television in the morning, and I said that, look, I know the outcome. I know at the end of the day, the NDC will be disgraced, but they will come and make some charade and create some impression as if, it's a win-win thing. I told them that, look, we have had experience before. There was a time the NDC accused some functionaries of the MPP of cash for seats. The matter was telecasted live, and explanations were given. Those who accused the various players were even asked to apologize. As of today, if the NDC want to talk about corruption that happened under this government, they go and cite that one, even though they went and embarrassed themselves. Apart from that, you remember AGYEKUM, when he was going to be vetted in 2017, the NDC accused him of paying bribes and things. The matter was investigated, a committee was set, the matter was investigated live on live television. The NDC, through their MPs who made those fallacious allegations, unfounded, came and actually was embarrassed. They could not substantiate those things. They were asked to apologize. But they move on. You remember the presidential election petition, where they did not even have an iota of evidence to prove their case. They were only relying on the fact that the Electoral Commission made some innocuous mistake in the declaration, and then they wanted to capitalize on that. When ACHIAA Nketia was brought to the docket, on cross-examination, he was asked a question. Where are your figures? He said, my Lord, I left them in the house. Meanwhile, he had come to the court, the Supreme Court, with a very big calculator to come and calculate others' figures. You don't have figure, you want to come and calculate somebody's figure. At the end of the day, what happened? He was embarrassed and he ran with his tail in between his legs. And eventually, after ravages of time, what happened? He came when they were doing their primaries, their national primaries. He confessed to the whole world that they didn't even have evidence, that they took some shadowy evidence, something that they call evidence to Chachu Chiketa. And Chachu Chiketa said, Massa, before come and take your things and go, because I cannot go to court and then use this rubbish. This is coming from ACHIAA Nketia himself. And these were the people who were, even during the declaration, they said, they have won the election. Oh, yeah, we have won a number of seats more than MPP. Incited their people and let their people give them hope and, into thinking that they had won the election. Meanwhile, you were nowhere near. I mean, The MPP had beaten you over 500,000 difference, and you were there shouting and asking your people to cause mayhem, the Chima South and all that people should not go, even when the soldiers and the police were, giving warning shot. The people in rage were still coming. That led to a number of deaths. At the end of the day, who caused some? So these are the group of people that we are talking about. You don't have any evidence. You brought Pusiga, that there were a transfer of 38 votes from Pusiga to Tamale South. 38 voters or names. The NDC, in their various communications, said that, 38,000. They told their people that 38,000 instead of 38, 3H, because they want to magnify it and let it look ridiculous and let it look evidential that the Electoral Commission want to. I mean, if somebody want to cheat or an election, is it 38 votes that the person will? So you could see that there was something. I mean, then the Electoral Commission said, we have looked into the matter, we have suspended the director there, but we have corrected it. All the things that they talk about, like the transfer vote, they added. The Electoral Commission said that they added 2020, 2023, and including 2024 transfer names together. And after they approached them, it was disaggregated. This, the Electoral Commission said. Then this said, no. There's something wrong with the register. And then we asked, what is wrong with the register? They say, I won't say it. I mean, if you go to court and then the court asks you, what's your problem? Why do you come to court? I won't say it. I mean, is that how this nation should be? And these are the people who are going around, led by John Dramani Mahama, that they should vote for them to come to power. To come and do what? Simple matter. We have problem. Electoral Commission, these are the problems. If you are unable to solve them, then, and one other ridiculous thing, then the thing Ghanaians are dumb. You have brought a problem to Electoral Commission. The Electoral Commission said, okay, this problem that you have brought to us, we have solved it. But at the appropriate time, based on the CIA 91, as amended by 126, we will give you the final, when the final register is ready, we will give it to you. Then you still are going around making noise. And the Electoral Commission said, what is this noise also about? And we have found other issues. They even gathered some media people to, talk about it. And the Electoral Commission said that, then bring that, for your earlier allegations, we have solved it. The second allegations that you are talking about, bring it. And then you said that, we should bring what again? If you said that you have solved it, why are you now saying we should bring our evidence? I mean, what are they talking about? The Electoral Commission said that your first allegations that you gave to us, we have solved it. But you didn't stop from there. You didn't stop there. You are still going around making noise. And we want to know what the problem is. And then that was what they presented yesterday. Nothing, completely empty.
Sir, I want to find out from you. There's a general consensus that a forensic audit will not in any way hurt the EC. So why don't we just have it?
Yeah, it's just like you just wake up from your slumber and started making allegation. Like this Electoral Commission is governed by laws. It's not like they can do anything. It's everything. It's governed by laws. Forensic audit is done when there's evidence of some misgiving or evidence of some wrongdoing. There's no evidence of any wrongdoing. You just get up and say, I feel like we should have forensic audit. It is not about, you see, elections are not about feelings of people. It's about the laws that governs the elections. The law says that even the Constitution gives the Electoral Commission the utmost, authority to compile, register for the purposes of general election and referenda. And the law also says that the electoral commission cannot be controlled by any entity or anybody or a person. So if the electoral commission says that, okay, you are calling for forensic audit without any basis, I have the authority. I am saying that you have not been able to prove anything for me, to compel me through evidence for me to subject myself to forensic audit. And therefore, just like what the MPP tried to do and then the electoral commission refused. So it is your right to do suggestion, but you cannot insist that your suggestion should be taken at all costs. That is tantamount to saying that that is tantamount to controlling the electoral commission, especially when your demand is not grounded in law. It's not grounded in law, and you go about inciting your people all over the country.
I'm also talking about the fact that it is a good look for the EC if a forensic audit is done and I mean nothing is found. Then,
do you know what will happen?
What will happen
if we say that we should do it that way? Tomorrow, somebody in a very ridiculous manner can just get up and bring a certain proposition that even last minute, 2 weeks to election, somebody can just get up and say that, I demand we do forensic audit, I demand we do ABCD. You should know your limits. The Electoral Commission said it is unnecessary. Yesterday, is that not what Madam Jane Mensah said? She said it is unnecessary. Calling for a letter. Yesterday, I dove my hat to Ekwe. She was apt, and yesterday, I hope you would have been there. The last time you were saying that she's an illiterate. Yesterday.
No, but is she not?
Yeah, but you see, the wisdom, the kind of wisdom that she exuded yesterday, I think will blow your mind. She spoke the like a Ghanaian, and she spoke she represented the voice of the various illiterates who could not get the opportunity to be at IPAC yesterday, and I dove my heart to her. So I mean, in conclusion, I will just say that we all pray for a peaceful general elections. We want to ensure that the integrity of the election is above board. We want to ensure that every grievance, every petition that anybody has written or want to be addressed is addressed. But we cannot move from there. Even the IPAC, for instance, is an advisory committee. The Electoral Commission, whatever that they say there is advisory. They can take it, they can implement whatever or not implement it. It's like Council of State. In some cases, the Constitution says that you have to consult the Council of State. But in consultation, it's just like an end there. You consult, and after consulting, you take your decision. At the end of the day, I'm sure the Electoral Commission wants us to have a peaceful election more than even those who are shouting from the rooftop. Nobody should create the impression that they love Ghana more than anybody, or even the Electoral Commission. And the NDC, for instance, have shown over the years that they don't even love Ghana. If you love Ghana, there are certain utterances that you will not say. There are certain things that you will not say. I mean, for instance, incendiary speeches that people go about, saying, threatening hell on Ghanaians if the election do not go their way. They are creating the impression all over the place that this election is for John Mahama and all those things. No. It is not for anybody. This election is for everybody, including my brother's party, Ekwadonko's party, and everybody. Therefore, the NDC is doing like, okay, every 8 years we give it to them. Nobody is giving it to anybody. Nobody is giving anything to anybody.
Right.
If you merit it, the Ghanaians will vote enough for
time.
you.
You've said enough.
If you merit power, the Ghanaians will
you've said enough. Let me now go to the movement for change. Were you there? Were you there yesterday?
No, because
you are not a political party.
Yes, we are not a political party.
But you were at AGYEKUM, I guess.
AGYEKUM, yes.
But your take so far?
Bless. I must say that we need to get serious as a country and fix the fundamental issues plaguing our electoral body, the EC. Right. The politicking around the EC has been a thing that has been normalized since the inception of our Fourth Republic. There is a so-called IT consultant by name Dr. AGYEKUM. Are you familiar with the name? He is the IT consultant for the EC. Right. This same person I listened to yesterday defending the EC's position that there is no need for a voter register audit, forensic audit. Bless, do you know that this man is a co-owner of a company called Fair Green Ghana Limited?
And what's the history behind Fair Green?
Great. This person who holds the position of an IT consultant to the EC is also enjoying a contractual benefit between his company and then the EC. And in place of STL, you know, STL was the company in charge of the maintenance and support, IT support for the EC. Now it is Fair Green Ghana Limited that is maintaining this, giving maintenance to the EC and providing them with such services. And this Miss Dr. AGYEKUM, who is an MPP sympathizer, has been able to acquire a contract through sole sourcing, right, to support the EC in these services. So if this is not conflict of interest, what is it? This is my first basis. Yeah. Secondly, the EC, under our 1992 constitution, right, should be an independent constitutional body. Why would the president appoint former members of the MPP, right, who were known communicators of the MPP? I will not even use the word former. They are members of the MPP. But because they went into the EC, they had to resign their various positions, right? Bosman Asaris and co, who now are in place to ensure or to conduct our elections for us. Bless, there is an issue here, and there is a legitimate issue that every stakeholder is calling, including Honorable Alan Kojo-Tramantin, whose stance is that we need a forensic audit going into this election. And let me give you the precedents why I'm saying that. Number one, in the initial round of the whole electoral process, right, initiation, we were told that some machines, the BVRs and the BVD machines, were missing from the EC inventory. The EC came out to deny these claims, but later on reversed their denial and agreed that these machines were missing. Anybody that is privy to IT would know the significance of these machines, because anybody can sit in his house, right, use these machines, connect to the centralized database, and manipulate the whole process. So up to now, the police hasn't gotten these machines. We don't even know the whereabouts. I think last couple of months, one person was seen with one of the machines, right? But where are the rest? But what the police enjoys is that they enjoy arresting innocent protesters that are protesting and showing dissent over this corrupt, kleptocratic, nepotic government of Nana and Bawumia. Bless. So these are legitimate concerns that all stakeholders, including ourselves and the NDC and other lenient and well-mannered political parties, are calling for. It will not hurt the EC to conduct a forensic audit. That is our stance. Honorable Alan Kojo-Tramantin is proposing that we create a technical working group which will be manned by 2 reps from all the cleared candidates, presidential candidates that have been cleared to contest the 2024 election. This technical working group now will be chaired by the EC chairperson that would come together and have a collaborative effort to ensure that we conduct a forensic audit of the voter register, so that going into this election, we would have that ease. And whoever would win based on credibility and not manipulation. That is what we are fighting for. That is what we are asking for. When you have an EC made up of MPP members, what do you expect? Do you think they're going to do the bidding of NDC, or they're going to do the bidding of Movement for Change, or they are indeed going to do the bidding of what is stipulated in the Constitution to be independent and ensure that they conduct a fair and transparent election? That is what we are asking for. And I don't know why the MPP is now turning into the I would say the PRO for the EC. They are so, I mean, they know what they are about. That's today, they are defending the EC wholeheartedly. The discrepancies seen in the voter register is very alarming. People have been transferred without their authority. How is that possible? Right? When you go, during the transfer window, you go, you fill a form, you know what I mean? You submit all your documents, and then they initiate the process. I didn't go to the center to request for a transfer. Then I hear that I've been transferred. And even with the transfer, who had authority, right, within that IT system of the EC to conduct that transfer? We need to audit that. And when you find the trails, audit trails in there, bless, you understand why we are calling for an audit of this IT system, because it can be easily manipulated. When you have Dr. Yaoforia J, who is the IT consultant, yesterday defending the EC, and the same person enjoying a benefit, contractual benefit from the EC, what do you expect? He's protecting his interests because there's conflict of interest in here. It's just like Ken Oforiatta, who was a minister, former minister of finance, right? Who was supposed to manage Ghana's economy and all the liquidity and all the issues of financing, was benefiting from Ghana's Eurobonds, borrowing from the international capital market by virtue of Data Bank being the financial advisors. He was benefiting. He was getting a commission from any monies that we borrow from the international capital market. That is also a clear paradigm of conflict of interest. So, of course, Dr. Yaoforia J cannot be trusted. He is an MPP member. He is benefiting from the EC, right? And clearly, if you see the composition of these people that we are talking about, it is alarming going into this election. It is very, very alarming. And if they do not do the needful and adhere to the cause, legitimate cause of all the stakeholders, they would have themselves to blame. If hell breaks loose come December 7th. We are not wishing for violence, because if Ghana goes down, we all go down, right? But the fact of the matter is that I do not see how a political party has illy performed, right? Abysmally performed, and still want to impose a candidate that has failed woefully on the people of Ghana. What is this? It's like a coup d'etat. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you want to win elections, let your works in government win the election for you, not manipulation. Not manipulation. And that is why we are calling for a forensic audit today, tomorrow, and this will be a great precedent going into any election, any future election, because there will be what? Transparency, credibility, and the stakeholders will be respected. Because it's like anybody that is in power, if the MPP is in power, right, and they choose whoever to lead the EC, I mean, they protect the person, and they do whatever they want to do, and they do not adhere to the cause of the other political parties. Of course, if the NDC is also in power, same also applies. Do you understand, bless? And that is why Honorable Alan Kodo-Tramante, and I want the people of Ghana to listen, that if Honorable Alan Kodo-Tramante's plan was in place today, we will not have issues like this. Bless, we are talking about amending Article 70 of the 1992 Constitution, right? That would relieve the president of the mandate to appoint the EC chairperson and other commissioners of the EC. This is what we are calling for, a constitutional amendment in this regard. Now, how would we appoint our EC chairperson and then the commissioners going forward? That we create a second chamber, right? A bicameral parliamentary system. This second chamber would not have political actors. No political representative will be there. NDC, MPP movement, CPP, whatever. This chamber will be led by traditional authorities, faith-based organizations, academia, CSOs, right? Industry captains. Do you get it? NGOs, the representation of persons with disabilities that would have the sole mandate to appoint and give oversight over the executive. And we will do that by abolishing the Council of State, which the president has to consult to appoint the EC chairperson. And this would solve the issues once and for all. Because when you have a president appointing certain people to an independent constitutional body, and he's being biased and he's appointing people that are in line with his agenda, you will have all these discrepancies and issues going into elections and as a country. And the heat is on. And we are calling the people of Ghana to listen to us. It's been 32 years now. The MPP and the NDC have failed us woefully. If they could have done anything better, we would have seen it in these 32 years that we've enjoyed under the NDC and the MPP. Today, look at the menace of Galamsey, that our forefathers gave us crystal clear water bodies in this country. Today, they are giving to the young people and the next generation about 60% of our water bodies polluted. Plus, this is an issue. The menace of Galamsey is a clear paradigm of what we call leadership crisis or failure of leaders in this country, right? That Galamsey today is not only an economic menace, it is a health menace, and it's also a social menace, an economic menace. And if the people of Ghana do not rally behind an independent candidate like Honorable Alan Kodo Tramanti, who has the character, the credibility, right, and the integrity to be able to live for Ghana from poverty to prosperity, then we are doomed. Because Alhaji Bawumia, the fundamentals have already exposed him. So there's no even need, right, to even give him another chance. His fundamentals are weak. Look at the exchange rate today. A lot of people, what's the time now? Bless, it's 9:29 a.m. I can bet you that a lot of youthful viewers are there watching us. They have no jobs to do. They finish universities. Please. No, they are jobless. I haven't insulted them. They are jobless. There are some people that are. Oh, Saka, why?
Are you saying there has never been jobless under any government?
Saka, the rate is staggering. The rate is staggering. Alan was coming. I'm coming.
The rate is higher now.
What job did he create?
I'm coming.
He was a cabinet member. Indeed, he was the chairman of the cabinet.
So Saka, for your information, there's something we call collective responsibility and individual accountability.
So you tell you people that
no,
the problem today, he's part of the problem.
He's not part of the problem.
He even calls it.
Look at that. Look at this. He calls Galamsey. He calls Galamsey.
He was the chairman of a cabinet committee,
but that
on the economy.
That chairman of that cabinet committee did not have powers like the head of the economic management team. And bless, he interjected me. You see. That's what they always do. No, when you speak truth, what truth? 1D1F, which was his brainchild. 1D1F.
Conclude for me.
1D1F, which was his brainchild, only received little to 400 million Ghana cedis. Your NAPCO program, how much? 2.2 billion Ghana cedis, right? The YEA received over 2 billion cedis. How much employment were they able to produce? And you sit here and you want to. I mean, dirty or muddy Honorable Alan Kodo Tramanti with the failure of Alhaji Bawumia and a group of. Oh, you are muddying him.
Already muddied.
He's not muddied. You can't. There's something. No, you can't. His track record in the NDP is what you guys are using to campaign for today.
The only good.
The automotive policy.
The
automotive policy. The automotive policy that was introduced by Honorable Alan Kodo Tramanti. In the history of Ghana today, we have 5 of the largest automotive companies, global automotive, within 1.5 years.
That was his brainchild.
Without his brainchild.
Everything is bringing.
But you brought it.
But you see, they don't want to.
He didn't bring it.
He didn't bring what?
He was
My brother, Saka.
He was part of those that brought it.
I feel very disheartened when you come and sit here and you show such great dishonesty.
Right.
Which negative?
Thank you so much.
You will take the positive, but the negative.
I've received scores of messages. I'd want to read them.
But I have the right to rebut.
Not now. Papa Anointing from Ho says, good morning, beloved Pan-African panelist. ACHIAA Donko spoke for her 54 people who always vote for her, but the NDC is also speaking for over 6 to 7 million people who why criticize the NDC as one of the majority opposition being condemned for the rights that they are demanding. Shame to them against the NDC. May they may the Almighty Father save our nation, Ghana. Okay.
People are also Ghanaians.
This one here says, please tell Saka that it's 100% agreement that this government has failed by telling us that Alan Cash caused the problem. Okay.
If there is a problem, he caused it.
Yeah, so then he's saying that then it is 100% guarantee that the NPP has failed. Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm, good morning, Alhaji. Always you tune in to watch us. We are extremely grateful for your time. You're saying, good morning, my brother. Let us set the record straight. The ACHIAA members yesterday admitted to 3 issues raised by the NDC and congratulate the NDC for the issues raised. The AC went ahead to say that some of the issues has been corrected and some are in the pipeline for correction. In any case, if there was nothing with the register, what did the EC correct? Okay.
They corrected the petition.
As for Saka and the NPP, the least said about them, the better. I will not. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Good morning, bless. Galamsey in Ghana now is more than mass murder. I wonder why UN is silent when the sea is being polluted. I knew the sea does not belong to any country, even if it's close to your land. I hope Akufo-Addo will be. Hey, please think again. It's a different. It is.
So it's not as if this is a new phenomenon.
Ghana's territorial waters belong to Ghana. Good morning, host. Please tell the NPP man to give us a break because the AC agreed that there are mistakes in the register and being corrected. They should rather thank the NDC for this great job. Okay, thank you. Mami ACHIAA Donko stole the show with the usual diversions and jokes, but APC and PNC spoke critically before the Electoral Commission. Okay, thank you so much for your message. This one here, please do not call the line. Please do not call the line. Good morning to you. The only way to stop Galamsey is to report Akufo-Addo and his officials to the ICC. For crimes against humanity. Indeed, making laws to pollute water bodies is against UN Resolution 2573, which sees water pollution as a war crime and an act of terrorism. Again, ICC must place arrest warrant on public officials for their genocide and for political killings in Ejura, Accra, Boku, Asawasi, Techima, and other places. All right, thank you so much for your message. Saka, you wanted to share a few things with us?
Because, you know, in his
Usual style. Well, and this thing has been collaborated with the NDC when they talk about the fact that
it's a movement for change.
Yeah, I know.
He said he has been corroborated by the NDC.
I said that what he said has been corroborated by the NDC.
Right. Okay, I get you.
Has been supported by the NDC.
Yes, I understand. Corroborate.
Yeah. So I'm saying that
the truth is one.
Which is
Truth is one.
Which is
if the NDC supports
listen. They make their point that the Electoral Commission has been inundated with MPP functionaries.
Is that the case?
No, listen. It is
true or not?
Listen.
Is it true or not?
You're
I'll
talking.
ask you a question. You've said is it true or
You
not?
listen there. You get. I don't have to answer you.
Is it true or not?
I don't have to answer you direct. I want you to have, a critical thinking mentality. So I will give my submission so that it will lay with you to decipher. I'm saying that the NDC, I mean, this Fourth Republic actually was started by the NDC. They started in government. Afarijan was appointed on the basis of the fact that he is not hostile to the revolution.
yes.
That was what we were told, that he is a CPP, which in itself means that he was a political exposed person that was appointed as the chair of the EC. We have David Kanka, who was a clear member of the NDC, that was appointed under for the EC. We have Amadou Sule. I'm mentioning their names because I know what I'm saying. They themselves, if they are listening to me, they know that what I'm saying is the truth. Amadou Sule was a political exposed person. Indeed, he contested the primaries of a constituency twice before he was appointed to the EC as a deputy chair. So today, if somebody who has sympathies with the MPP at a point, you yourself agree that they resigned before they joined the CPP, you said it. Please.
Of course, they have
you
to
can
resign
have
their position.
Somebody who is not hostile to the MPP is appointed, and then that one you have a problem with it. We have even a situation where the chairman of a certain political NDC, a daughter of a chairman of a regional chairman of the NDC was appointed under the Electoral Commission.
Who was that?
Oh, a lady.
What was the name?
A lady. I'll give you the name. I'll give you the name. I'll give you the name.
Give us the name.
You can't
just come here.
In another region. I'll give you the name. I'll give you the name. Don't worry. I'll give you the name. And then that was another regional chairman of NDC, the daughter, who was also in the Electoral Commission. All those things, nobody, you didn't see the MPP go up in arms, saying that even Charlotte was herself. We all know.
So what is good for the?
We all know. I mean, no. What I'm saying that what I am saying is that it is not an equalization.
That's what
because
but that's what you're trying to. That is your argument. That is your argument.
I am making that point.
That is your argument. To silence me.
To silence your weak points.
Which weak point?
That weak point.
It is the truth.
That moot point that
it is the truth. The EC has to be independent.
It has to be independent. The Electoral Commission is very, very independent.
So why is Fair Green Ghana Limited?
Please.
Speak about that.
Please. I don't even know.
You don't even know.
I don't know the company.
You don't know the company. It's
not everybody that I should know. The Electoral Commission can outsource.
But you know Dr. Yao Foyeje. Do you know Dr. Yao Foyeje?
Please. So let's get there. And you see the fact that maybe anybody can do suggestion doesn't make the suggestion cogent enough. I mean, he's talking about Alan Chamatin saying that he will abolish Council of State and then go and take second chamber, whatever. I mean, this second chamber term is not even his originality. We all know that. I remember J. Kufuor when he was leaving office. He came out with certain proposals.
So was it good?
No, listen. I mean, these people, they will copy positive things and come and sit
so I'm saying that
I'm sorry. But you see, I disagree with the second chamber term long ago, even when Kufuor made that point.
Why?
You know that point, Kufuor made about 7 different points, even including the fact that the presidential elections should be 7-year, 1 term, and those things. That was the same, a piece. That was the same piece that he made that second chamber term. And you see, the Council of State is made up of a conglomerate of or aggregate of different people from different backgrounds. Chiefs, they are made up of, academicians, academia, they are made up of the common people, because some of it are elective and some are, by appointments. And for you to now say the second chamber should also be the same, it's like taking it's just like taking, it's the same, because he said the second chamber should be made up of disabled group, should be made up of engineers, like people from different backgrounds that will constitute it. And that will replace the Council of State.
And what will be?
Is that not what you said?
What will be their mandate?
What will be their mandate? I'm saying that no, the same mandate.
This is not the same mandate.
No.
This is not the same mandate.
So why can't you say that? No. But let me finish.
The council.
So why can't you say that the Council of State should be given the role of appointing the Electoral Commission? Because if you say that they should cancel the Council of State, and then bring something that is also the same, you know.
It's not the same.
No, it's the same. Like the council of state.
It's not the same.
It's the same. I
You're
am
talking
saying
about a bicameral parliamentary system.
Listen.
When you have a bicameral parliamentary
You know what you are proposing is analogous.
It is different.
Very.
When you have a bicameral parliament, it's just like when you go to the Nigeria, right? They have the House of Reps,
yes,
and then the Senate. If you go to the US,
they have the House of Lords, and the House of Representatives.
Yes, the UK.
I am saying.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
And they both have different legislative. He knows what I'm talking about.
knows bicameralism.
He knows what I'm talking about. But for the sake of propaganda,
I'll take time to do a few messages. Ambassador Sampiale is watching. He extends his greetings to you. Sometimes I wonder whether the NPP communicators have been indoctrinated with anti-Ghana snuff. How on earth are they able to fathom that the NDC did not supply the AC with their findings? If the NDC did not submit any findings, what did the EC use to do the corrections and amendments they admitted? Bless, do not allow this NPP man to create his own history. No such investigation was conducted on television.
Uncle Sampiale.
Yes.
No, he wasn't listening.
Man was asked to
apologize. No.
Okay, thank you so much.
He was not listening.
I'm doing some more messages.
He was not listening at all.
I'm doing some more messages. This one here, we have received quite a number from Facebook. Okay. Good morning. Okay, I think I've read this one. Caleb Etonam Dokusi says, good morning, bless. Let the man talking in favor of the Electoral Commission know that our Almighty God is watching. Sometimes something that happened some years back is now a taboo. Really? You call yourself Ghanaian? We shall see. Good morning. Johnny Kujo is watching us. Good morning, bless. To be honest with you, I feel sad at times when I'm listening to Saka because he does not understand the question you asked him and went on chastising the NDC.
Which question was that?
When the commissioner herself admitted to the allegations made by the party. So Saka should stop this hypocrisy and speak to the truth. Unfortunately, no NDC representative in there.
No, but there's an NDC here.
No. So
the
NDC rep did not come.
No. But he's speaking for
NDC.
NDC.
Did not come.
Who's speaking for NDC?
John Bauer.
He's speaking for NDC.
Look at
the NDC hasn't made the platform because they have a rep.
Please. Bless. Please ask Saka to give Ghanaians the actual figures Akufo-Addo won the elections with, election 2020 with. Saka, why are you disgracing yourself? Kasim Abdullah Dayongo says, this Saka man who is now in the law school is still peddling falsehood. So this what he will do after his law education, right? Okay. Okay. Hey, Saka, viewers love you. Dawood Azakaria says, good morning, blessed. Today is another day, but same problem facing we, the unemployed graduates, who always call for change in the country. My name is Zach from Tamale, blessed. In fact, the whole of Ghana needs to applaud the NDC for the hard work and the transparency they are calling for regarding the EC's voter register. Okay, thank you for your message. So those of you who are watching from other parts of the country, we have a few people watching from other parts of the continent. Thank you so much for your time this morning. But let's look at our final topic. We don't have so much time, just 15 minutes. Galamsey, the issues are there. Organized labor, they give government an ultimatum. The ultimatum has expired. What they've realized is that the issue has even gotten worse. It has become worse. And so from 10th of this month, 10th October, they've asked all their members to lay down their tools, sit down strike until government employs immediate measures to resolve the Galamsey situation. Saka, organized labor.
I'm blessed. To be honest with you, I think that I was tinged with surprise.
Why are you surprised?
Yeah, I was tinged with surprise because it's as if these days, I don't know, because this government has been very, very accommodative of opinions. Listen. Don't dramatize what I'm going to say. Let me just make my point. I'm saying that this government has been very, very accommodative of views.
There's this, Saka, not to catch you.
Yes.
There's this index about in relation to what Saka say. I've forgotten the name about you know, people being allowed to protest and people not being gagged. There's this in the, by you anyway.
From
continue.
where? Protest index?
No, not protest index necessarily. I've forgotten the exact nomenclature. When I remember.
Well, is it about a leader who said that you have the right?
It's not a leader. It is a research that is being conducted every now and then about free speech and all of that. You know.
Yeah. So I'm saying this government has been very accommodative of, you know, diverse views. Whoever has views
is able to air them.
Is able to air them and can walk away and do whatever. And so organized labor. I mean, organized labor represents the labor front of this country. But I think that there's that incipient culture or subculture where people think that they can control government from wherever that they are. And
if government cannot control itself.
No. Listen. People think they can control government, the day-to-day activities of government. Government is a form. Government constitutes diverse, including even you know, parliament and all that. All of them are part of government, and the executive has a discretion, and we all know that discretion must not be capricious or whatever. But I'm saying that there's that incipient culture where people think that, oh, let's force government into doing A, B, C, and D. That's the reason why political parties have always have interest in who become a leader of a group. Even student body, you see political parties go in to, you know, to have a say in who become a leader, a student representative, a president of student representatives, and all those things, because they know that a day will come where such people will have to, you know, exhibit and show where they are actually coming from. I don't see why anybody want to, you know, cow the labor front into you know, accepting a certain position that government has to, you know, call for a state of emergency, and that if government does not do so, we are going to lay down our tools. It's as if
has anybody forced them to do that?
It is as if it is born out of mischief other than solving a problem. I'm saying that it is as if. So there has not been conclusion yet. Yeah. That's the reason why when we are talking, you see, we choose our words very well. That's the reason I said that don't dramatize what I'm going to say if you haven't heard or understand it. So I'm saying you should not be seen, whatever decision you take, should not be seen to be, you know, like a political party is hiding behind you and asking you to do certain things that will make the other political party look bad. Why am I saying all this? We have all seen the devastating effect of Galamsey. We've seen the damages it's caused to the environment, the damages it caused to agriculture, our cocoa production, our health, our forests, our water bodies, and all that. We all know that. And we are all yearning for a good decision from government. Government in 2018 actually ensured that we put a moratorium on small-scale mining. Small-scale mining, bear in mind, is a legal venture. Once you are Ghanaian, you are over 18 years, and then you apply through the various agencies, and then you get your certificate. The minister, and you apply through the minister. The minister can give you a concession. A Ghanaian. You don't need to use any foreigner. And we all know the problem that confronts us. We are unable to compete with foreigners in almost everything when it comes to, you know, the mining sector and all that. We want Ghanaians to also leapfrog, you know, and to meet the challenges of the 21st century. Mining is what God has given us. I mean, it's one of the richest things, you know, good that God has given us. And therefore, for us to paddle our way out of poverty, we need to leverage on that. But how do we do it? We need to ensure that we do it without necessarily, you know, destroying the environment. The government ensure that we stop even the legal mining. so that we come out with a workable solution. And that workable solution, we all know what eventually, the product was. The product was the fact that we should have community mining. The community mining is a responsible mining entity. I mean, a group of people were trained. I mean, a lot of them trained at the University of Mines and Technology. And even livelihood,
Have we seen that responsible mining?
I'm coming on that. The responsible mining through the instrumentality of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the sector minister, Abu Jinapo, and all that. Ensure that, why? During the Minamata report that says that we should do responsible mining and ensure that we do not pollute the water. They said that we should move away from using mercury and cyanide. And what is the solution? And the solution is that we should use the mercury-free equipment. That is the gold catcher. We brought these gold catchers.
Have we moved away from that?
Listen, we brought these gold catchers, but it is not large enough. That's the reason why, if you look at our manifesto, we berated these problems where Ghanaians are unable to compete with others, and therefore we said that we were going to bring this mining development fund, so that when you even mine, you should be able, whether you get the gold or not, you should be able to reclaim the land. A lot of those small scale miners, when they dig, destroy the land, and then they don't get the gold, they just move on. But if you have the way with that,
is this still happening now?
Of course, I mean it's possible. If
it is happening,
of course. Okay. I mean,
but Dr. Bawumia wants to become president.
No, listen, we are telling you the solution.
If he does it now,
I'm saying that we are telling you the solution. So I'm saying that you cannot say that stop the people, because we stopped them in 2018. A lot of them lost their livelihood. We have come with a workable solution where every stakeholder will have a say, where people cannot do things that they used to do. Unfortunately, we've seen the water body, the turbidity level, go as high as about 14 million or so. But you see, we are 14,000. We are saying now, the solution is not to stop mining, to stop the small scale. For Galamsey, it is an illegal entity already. So that one, it is not for anybody to tell us to stop to stop it. That anybody found doing it already would have to face the law. But to insist that we should stop even the legal mining, just because it's not like just saying that some radio stations are misbehaving and using incendiary language, and because of that we stop all radio stations.
My time
make sense.
My time is nearly up, so let me.
It doesn't make sense.
I'll come to you, I promise. Though my time is nearly up. I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
You see, the people believe that what organized labor is asking for is that, look, the situation is so bad, and so why don't you bring mining activities to an abrupt halt entirely, whether legal or illegal?
We did that in 2018. So we did that in 2018.
So why can't we do it now, especially with the current place we find ourselves as a country? Why can't we do it now?
But to be honest with you, let's not play the ostrich and think that this whole thing, especially this surge or the latest narratives and talks on Galamsey is political. It's political. We all know that. We know that some people engineered this discussion 2 months to election, so that to make the NPP look bad.
Really?
I'm telling you. That is the fact. So listen. That is the fact. Look at Madam Jenana Opoko Ajima. So
the Galamsey situation, you are telling me, I'm coming, Saka. So you are telling me that the Galamsey situation is not as bad as it is being pictured, but just that a certain political party, because of propaganda, has decided to actually ask people to do that.
Yeah. So
is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying so. For instance,
So it's not as bad as
Professor Jane Nana Opoku go and they will come to Accra and say, hey, we love Ghana, hey, what about this? Then when they get to the Galamseyers, the people who are doing the Galamsey, they cannot tell them stop what you are doing. Then they'll say, hey, Galamsey for Wahana, Galamsey for Wahana. Listen.
Thank you very much, Saka. My time is up. Thank you, Saka.
Listen, then
let's go.
Yeah, you know, when he cited Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyemang, I'm surprised he didn't also cite Dr. Uefree and then Napo.
I'm giving that one to you to cite.
No, I mean, no, but you have to be fair. Because you are saying that the menace of Galamsey just popped up because we are going into an election. That is the submission you're making here. That's what you're saying.
No, let him conclude.
Saka, you see, we have to be honest. We have to be honest as a country. Right. The menace of Galamsey has been propelled by solely the lack of political will by these two dominant parties to fight the menace of Galamsey once and for all. Look, today, you hear that the UAE has granted us $30 million for land reclamation.
Yes.
And they are rejoicing about it.
Why wouldn't you shoot it?
What is the damage, economic damage to Galamsey as compared to the 30 million? You spent 300 million on Galamstop, Hot 1 and 2, and Operation Gipanga. We've not seen any benefit. Today, as we speak now, what is the benefit? What is the benefit? 60% of our water bodies polluted till date. Is that a benefit? Saka, Ghana Water Company has reduced production from 40 to 70%. Is that a benefit? Our water turbidity levels have increased from the WHO standard. It's less than 5. It has increased from more than 5 to now 14,000. Is that a benefit? In 2016, we all criticized the NDC government about the menace of Galamsey. You came into power. You promise it's 14,000. You promise.
Yeah, no, but it's supposed to be 14,000.
NTU it's 14,000.
You promise. The turbidity level?
Yes, 14,000.
No, the required turbidity level
is less than 5. But now it's what? NTU.
No. Okay, you finish.
It's less than 5 NTU. You can check.
It is not 5 and it is now 14,000.
I'm saying that the WHO required
the standard
is less than 5 NTU. The current NTU Ghana Water Company is recorded is 14,000. That is what the NPP government has given us, and this is under your government. Unless otherwise you want to tell me that it's not the NPP that is the government of the day. Bless. We criticized the NDC government in 2016 over the menace of Galamsey and the pollution of our water bodies. Right? You came into power. You came into power. You promised us that you are going to ensure that the menace of Galamsey is going to be solved. Your president stood on the podium and promised us, the youthful people of Ghana, that he is going to. The president of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. No, because how can he be my president? Because he said he's going to put his presidency on the line. And he has failed.
He's on the line. Right. Thank you very much. My time is up. My time is actually even up. Thank you so much. Thank you, Saka Salia. Thank you, Saka Salia. Thank you, Dr. Ramsey Inusa, for your time this morning. But I think it would be harsh on Mr. Stephen Payne to not read his message. So that's the only message I'm going to. Good morning, Bless. When I hear law students like my brother Saka. It's actually your father. Stephen Payne is your father. My brother Saka speak on electoral issues like ACHIAA. The Electoral Commission in 2015 did not have party members serving on it like the current EC that is headed by more than 5 members of the MPP. Anyway, Saka cannot refuse to defend what is obviously wrong because he will not be rewarded. From WAP. Thank you so much, Saka. Thank you, Ramsey Inusa. And to you, our cherished viewers. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.